Now, the bottom line of this Constitution is it's all in writing. It clearly represents a contract. I'm asking you to learn your contract. I'm asking you to learn the book. Learn your contract. I mean, when you go to some place to do some work on your car, you read the document that comes with it for the warranty, don't you? Why? Because just in case something goes wrong, you want to be able to bring it back, right? Well, I'm asking you to read the warranty on your Constitution so that you can understand the rights that you have under that Constitution. So that if you don't get it right, we can bring it back. Does that make sense to you? All right. Now, it's also important that you understand that this Constitution is a very unique document, and that this Constitution is supposed to be enforced, and I'm going to teach you some things here right now. This right here is representation. I know it's kind of hard to see here, but basically what we're talking about here is this comes from the books that tell the judge how, right here and over here, this comes and tells the judge how the Constitution is to be interpreted. This is from the Am Jurisprudence volumes, and this is volume 16. You want the Constitutional Law section right here, Constitutional Law, and you want section 97. And when you start reading it, the most important part about it, and I'll read it, is that a Constitution should receive a liberal interpretation in favor of the citizen is especially true with respect to those provisions which were designed to safeguard the liberty and security of the citizen in regard to both person and property. Can you see that? Can you all see that? Is that coming up right here? Over more. Okay. All right. To safeguard the liberty and security of the citizen in regard to both person and property. See Note 31, Briars v. United States, 273 U.S. 28, and all of these 40 Supreme Court cases hold that axiom. In other words, it's supposed to be liberally enforced in favor of the citizen for the protection of rights and property. And a constitutional provision intended to confer a benefit should be liberally construed in favor of the clearly intended and expressly designated beneficiary. 32. Go down 32, DeJammer v. Hospital Authority of Albany, in all of these cases. Okay, can you see that? All right, help me out here. I'm just trying to tell you. You can go look this up and you can better see it. Let's do that over again. And a constitutional provision intended to confer a benefit should be liberally construed in favor of the clearly intended and expressly designated beneficiary. Similarly, a provision intended to afford a remedy to those who have just claims should receive a beneficial construction for the purpose of extending the remedy to all who might fairly come within the meaning of the terms. And that's Ryder versus Fitchie of Ohio, a Supreme Court case, okay? That's note number 33, okay? Now, this comes out of 16th Am Jurisprudence. In other words, I have this Constitution. This Constitution is a contract in writing enforceable in the court of law pursuant to the statute of frauds. I'm asking for specific performance, Your Honor, in favor of me. I am the beneficiary of the contract. There's also a basic premise in contract law, Basic Contract Law 101 of any first-year law student, that says the contract shall be enforced most favorably in favor of the non-preparer. And that's you. You didn't prepare it. Now, if you believe honestly that you have a right, and you can timely bring that right before a proper adjudicated authority, and you can clearly stipulate as to what your right was, guess what? They got to listen. That's the way it is. That's the way it's supposed to be. And I'm telling you, if you know your rights and you timely assert those rights, you have those rights. But if you sit on your haunches and you cry foul, that's terrible. Somebody ought to do something about that. Hey, be a somebody. Do something about it. Don't sit there telling me somebody ought to do something about that. Be a somebody. You do something about it. You honestly got an honest bitch, you go out there and you take care of it. Because that's what it takes to be an American. That's what it's all about. That's what being an American is all about. That's what separates you from the rest of the whole world. Because Americans, you don't trample on their rights because they're going to come get you. You do not trample on their rights. They won't put up with it. So be an American and don't put up with it. Stand up there and be counted.